back to AuRoaring Radio episode 2. Today, our topic is adulting and living life as a VTuber, as well as VTubing and the struggles with it.
Yeah, let's go. Episode 2,
Yeah.
baby. I'm excited to yap.
Yapparoonies, yapparoonies.
Yapparoonies. All right. Shall we
Let's
Yeah,
embark
like, you guys
on
want
the
to talk about how
topic.
young VTubers are getting?
Oh god.
Wait, what? Wait, okay, tell me more.
Oh god. Yeah, VTubers, what's it called? VTubers in the scene have been getting so much more younger though. I've been hearing some things about like every single time a company debuts like a new wave, it's just like a new record for how young they are. It's like, oh my god. And then you see like things like their edits and their thumbnails and then like their content, and it's just like you're telling me you're 18? You're telling me you're 18?
Are we talking about the very first one?
Which one?
The one that ends in air for that company? Is that the one?
That's not what I was talking about, but you know that there's that too.
Is that not? Are you talking about another one?
Oh no, I am talking about another
Because I
one.
feel like I started with that one.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that was like the very first big one. Like everyone was covering it, everyone was talking about it. But I think what made it worse was the fact that they hid the age. Because like I've seen young YouTubers that are like very public about their age, and like I think that's fine. I know some people have an issue with that though, because of like VTubing as a whole. Like you kind of just open this bag of worms with people like sexualizing you, and people are worried like, how do we protect these kids? Like, yeah, when like in all reality, like it's kind of hard to protect the kids on the internet.
That and I think that like it's a whole different topic of like I think if I and this is me as an adult now, but putting it in if I could as a perspective of like if I still was young and underage, it's like so many things of like I said, a totally topic of like, well, yeah, like why not be a VTuber because I'm underage instead of putting my face out there and stuff like that, and I can hide under that. You know, like I said, again, that's a whole different topic, and there's like so many avenues that you can go into like trying to understand why that would even be happening. But I agree that like I feel like with knowing that there's so many young VTubers like in this current time and they're getting younger, it is kind of mind-boggling because it's like it shows that clearly VTubing is taking off. But I think that it should be I don't know. I'm not a parent, so it's like it's really hard to say something as an adult.
I have
like,
no kids.
I just feel like in our reality that should be monitored and managed, and I don't think that they should be part of companies. And I can only speak for like in the country that I live in, because in other countries, certain age ranges, they consider like 18 to be like, you know, somebody who can be in a company and stuff like that, or even maybe younger. And so it's like, I can't really say about that. I can only say about my, like how I lived in the country that I'm from and things like that. And I just think that like, that's a little too much, because like Ebby's saying, they do lewd art. They, you know, you're going to get some crazy people thinking, oh, you're an adult. You're not an adult. And you're also like saying certain things thinking like, oh yeah, well that's what all VTubers say. Like they say this stuff all the time. Yeah, but they're adults.
Well, there's also the issue of depending on where you live, as young as like 16 could be considered an adult. And like that's the hardest part, because I think with that situation and that country, like I think people are trying to use the excuse of, well, I think she's about to be 16, like that's technically an adult wherever she lives. I think I could be misremembering that though. There is one recently Div was showing me, I think about this group, and they knew she was a minor ahead of time. But her parents signed a contract saying that like she was allowed to do it. But he didn't want to be open about her being a minor though. So it's like you have like kind of like he's kind of doing it right, but he's also not doing it right at the same time, because he's like, okay, like your parents gonna sign this contract, like it, like if you're gonna work with us as a minor. But then at the same time, he's like, I don't want to disclose that information though, because we'll get ruined quicker than like I forget what he said. The dude turned out to be like barely 18, was trying to run this company. It was a whole, like,
so young.
it was a bad, it was a bad show.
Oh, Jesus.
He was scamming his generation too.
18-year-old, too much money apparently.
Well, that's the thing. I think
yeah.
when Dev was showing me it, he was scamming his people that he was trying to hire on for that VTube group out of money, having them pay for things. Oh,
what?
Yeah.
Scam. That's so odd. Like, I understand, like, you know, like this person doing this VTuber company went through the proper precautions of, like, you know, like asking their parents to sign things, you know, because they're not legally allowed to sign it yet because they're not an adult. But then, like, hiding their age while they debut and stuff like that, exposing this person who is a minor and saying that they're not one, or never listing, is just odd behavior. Like, that's just dangerous stuff, dangerous territory. Yeah.
Well, I think they even scammed the artist too, right, Div?
No way.
I think so.
They kept asking for favors.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, well, that depends, because I will say that, like, I've heard, I think about, in total, 3 or 4 companies / groups that have had underage people. One of them who, like,
I only know like 2, I think.
One of them who, I think that was a group, the quote unquote, like, manager or something like that of the group was, like, kind of like, not. They were kind of like being like, well, what's your address? I'll send this to you. And and they're like, well, like, I don't feel comfortable doing the address. I don't know if that'd be fine. Like, just let me know what it is and, like, I'll buy it. Or, like, like, they were, like, trying to avoid, like, giving their address and their information. And they were like, just give it to us. And I can't remember what they were asking for, but they were really trying to get, like, their information, and they were underage. And there's, like, a whole scandal of it on VTuber news and stuff. But, like, yeah, I just think that, like, it's a hard thing. I would say, as an adult though, VTuber, and seeing it from that perspective, I myself don't feel comfortable with anybody that's, like, either barely coming into an adult or younger, in my opinion. Even if I didn't, like, have 18 plus type personality, in all reality, what I would hate is at any point coming across in a negative way because I say something wrong or I do something wrong that isn't even sexual at all, but a parent could take it that way, because nowadays they do. And that's why, as sad as it is, these underage VTubers need to understand there's a reason why adult VTubers don't want to, like, be in your circle. As sad as it is, it has nothing to necessarily do with you. It has everything to do with the age and the fact that, like, they just don't want to get in trouble and accused of something that they really didn't do. And it also, I think it avoids also the negative people who probably do want to do something to you.
I agree.
But yeah.
I do think, like, a big part of it though, like, this kind of like off track a bit, but a big part of it is that, like, I feel like kids or, like, teenagers nowadays aren't really taught a lot of internet safety in school. So, like, they don't really know how to uphold themselves online in a way that is safe for their own being, you know what I mean? I feel like growing up, like, I feel like we got a bunch of internet safety kind of guides and stuff, because, like, the internet was kind of coming to be, you know, like in the early 2000s kind of deal. So I was like, be safe, don't talk to strangers, make sure you make multiple emails, different passwords for everything. But then nowadays, kids are on every social media by the time they're like 7. You know what I mean? And, like, they got taught none of what we did.
Well,
so I feel like
being honest, I don't think
everywhere.
People know. They don't know enough to protect them.
And I will say, based off of what I see, a lot of the underage people, just in general, that are on social media, they have this mindset and personality of, like, I can hold my own, don't worry about me, you know. And I know the laws because like I know the laws, because if you say something like wrong to me, don't even worry, because I can handle my own, because I know the laws. I know what you can and can't do and can and can't say to me. So that is another thing, and that's where it kind of makes it feel like, yeah, okay, so how are you going to sit there and be professional with an adult next to you? And even if you're not like, even if like you have like a good relationship with that person, right, with that VTuber, it's like, how could that adult VTuber still be comfortable hanging out with you if you have that mindset and personality of, I can say whatever I want and do whatever I want, nobody can touch me, none of you adults can do anything, don't even worry. It's like, no, like that's not a mindset I would like to have in my field and area, like in my space.
Yeah.
But I would say that, are you ready to talk about the next thing? Because I kind of want to jump into that next one because of okay, because I feel like this kind of like goes into like, you know, like talking about like VTubers and age, and I want to talk also about like being older in the VTuber scene, because like for me, just trying to keep, if you want to know my age for people who are listening, if you want to know my age for people who are listening, I'm not telling you specifically. You can figure that out by looking at any of my videos and see if I ever talk about it and do the math.
Do the math.
Do the math. But I am the oldest here, so, and I am considered one of the I am considered one of the oldest in age as far as VTubing community goes. I would say for me, as my experience, I get very like, I don't know, I feel kind of self-conscious when it comes to age and me bringing up my age and like acting my age, if that makes sense. Like I'd rather put on a nice like VTuber persona when I'm in public, because I always feel like sometimes when people bring up like current topics and I don't understand, I kind of feel bad, and I would always hate to have this moment of bitch, how old are you, like how do you know like, oh my god, you're so old.
Oh god.
But okay, to get real deep for a moment, I will say that like I've had moments where being older as a VTuber, I've thought about what is my life because I'm so much older, and should I keep doing this? Because as I continue, because of the age that I am, I'm like, do I keep doing this for the rest of my life? Like, is this something that I keep doing? Like, if I was 24, 25, like it would make sense. Like I can do that. I feel like a lot younger. I feel like I have so much ahead of me. I feel like in my brain, because again, due to my age, I feel like this is the time where I stop doing all of those like fun stuff and I start buckling down and having a family and focusing on family and things like that.
Having a family.
I know, right? But like, again, that comes with me being the age that I am, and also like kind of how I saw people growing up. It wasn't like it was forced upon, because even today, like my family doesn't force those things on me. It's just that like that's how I feel, and I have thought about, should I graduate and call it quits and be a background for my friends, you know, just due to my age.
No.
Like, how long do I keep doing it? And so that's something that I've definitely like really thought about whenever I'm in those spaces and moments of like, I guess like negativity and in my head.
Yeah. No, I completely understand, because like, you know, like around the time where I met you guys in like that VTuber Discord, right? And we were like meeting people and like talking about like how old we are and stuff, and then we were meeting people in that server that were like starting out like 19 turning 20 and stuff like that. I was kind of like losing it a bit. I was like, well, I've been doing this for 3 years too. Wait, really?
Yeah, because there's that whole drama of there being a kid in that server, and then like someone was like, well, it's so and so's mod, so like it's okay, and we're like,
oh, I don't remember that.
We don't want a kid around us.
Yeah.
So why are they here?
Oh Jesus. Yeah, I don't remember that, but yeah, it's just like I get through that thought process too, Div, of where like you see people in the scene kind of like popping off, doing their thing, like doing really well, and they're like what, like 4 years younger than us, or like even more, and I'm just like, holy crap, you are like you are like going crazy here, you know, like while you're like 19, and like at that age, I don't even know. I think I was still in college or something. I'm pretty sure I was still in college. So I'm just like, I go through that thought process. I go through that thought process too of like,
take your drink. Okay. No. Okay. So I agree with you, and it's still nice to be able to hear, because even though our age is like not the same, even though you still feel it, like it's really nice because like I can at least like we can relate in the way. But I think that's why when it comes to for example, I don't do Oshi. I will say that, like, if I really thought about it, I guess I could have like somewhat of a bias in a way that, like, if if you know who my bitch is that I love as a VTuber.
Me?
They went they went from one company to another. They graduated from one of the companies and went to another.
Yes.
Okay. If that bitch did anything wrong, I wouldn't care. Like, they could do whatever they want because I love them.
I support their rights and wrongs. Crazy.
But okay, no, I'm just messing with you. But I will say that, like, for example, like, I think it's cute that people have Oshis, and I understand what they mean. And it's like, you know, it's a different cultural, you know, word, and it's kind of like an endearment for those who like are an Oshi. But like, I don't see it that way. I'm just like, oh, I'm too old to have one. But
you're never too old to have faves.
But I do notice that, like, I love to pick up. So I do love to watch more of the VTubers that are around my age. And I appreciate those who are like, I recently was watching one who was posting looking for like to raid more VTubers or have more VTuber like encounters and friends, and they're like, I'm this age. I could start seeing more people who are closer to my age, just to like have like, you know, a bonding experience with, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I find it okay. Maybe this is like maybe this makes me sound old, but like I find it very hard to relate to young VTubers. I don't know. It's like, what am I gonna talk about with you? Like, I want to say I'm not even like at the point where like there would be like massive age gaps between me and like young VTubers, but like regardless, I feel like I don't have much to relate to if they're not around my age group. So I'm like, I don't
know, man.
I don't know.
I was hanging out with some youngins.
Yeah.
The other day. They kept talking about fucking skibbity toilet to me.
What the hell is a skibbity toilet?
I was like, please. They kept giving me like brain rot, like all these TikTok references. But like, to me, like, I'm on TikTok, so like I feel like you should get the references. But I'm on gay talk.
I'm not the gay talk.
I'm not on like your regular TikTok. Like, I'm on gnome talk. If you make jokes about Crawley, like, I understand that. Like, gnome talk.
What is a gnome talk?
I'm on Drag Race talk. I'm on like drag queens. I'm on political talk. Like, I'm on America is Dying talk.
Oh God, America's Dying.
Yeah.
I'm on book talk.
Yeah. I get it.
But like, they be saying skibbity toilet and all this shit to me, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Oh yeah.
Skibbity toilet Riz.
Or they do the Rizzler shit, and I'm like, please stop talking to me.
Yeah.
Can I say I only know those things due to my personal life? You guys know.
Yeah.
It's the only reason why I know about skibbity and the youngster stuff.
Yeah.
Very true. I agree in that sense. I do feel like I connect more like when I watch VTubers, those who are closer to my age, and I try to support and motivate them when it comes to like those who are in company that are closer to my age.
Yeah. No, I like, like we're saying all this, but like on surface level, like I don't mind if there's like 18, 19-year-olds in the scene, or like people who are younger than that enjoy VTubers. There are spaces for people like that, but I just want to say you got to be safe out there and like think about the content that you're ingesting as well if you are those ages, because those are very impressionable ages for preteens, teenagers, etc. to enjoy certain kinds of content. So just
I was not safe.
Be aware. Yeah, honestly, I wasn't either, but don't follow in her steps. Yeah.
I got a sugar daddy off of playing League of Legends at 17.
What the hell? They bought they bought you Elementalist Lux?
My sugar daddy. No, I think that was another man.
Oh.
I had a lot of men.
Damn.
My sugar daddy is actually the reason why I was able to stream and become a VTuber.
Oh, shoot.
I really hope that no underage is listening to this podcast, because they're going to be trying to go with Ebby's fucking life over here and do exactly what Ebby did.
Oh,
so my
God.
sugar daddy.
Oh, God.
What about your sugar daddy?
I was getting too old for him. He only liked them if they had teen at the end of their age.
What the fuck?
And I think for my 20th birthday...
This is going into the adulting life.
He bought me a... Maybe that's why I hate being an adult. All my men stopped paying for me, but like those men are problematic because like why are you paying for me in the first place? Like they want to.
You weren't the problem; they were the problem.
But
yes.
He bought me a computer so I could pursue my dreams of streaming to make my own money because he was tired of paying for me. What he meant was
kind of nice.
He had moved on to another girl that likes to sing Disney songs and VCs that I think was 16 at the time.
Oh.
He started paying for her. And then I found out a year into my streaming that he was paying for her to go to college. And
no way.
I was like, I could have paid you for me to go to college? Damn, I was really dumb. I played it bad. I just had you buying me League skins. Buying me Black Desert skins. I could have used you for my education.
You were really playing them like a child.
Yeah, that's
true. I was a child.
She was a child.
Exactly. And that's the problem that's there.
I'm fucking crying.
Okay. I want to say that the next topic, kind of, I think we touched it at the beginning on like being younger, like the younger wave and how that affects and like the drama and stuff. Yeah. But is there anything that like we didn't cover that you feel like you have in your head at the moment that touches on that topic?
Honestly, I do want to say that, like, touching back on the younger VTubers in the scene, I do want to say that I feel like it does have a pretty big effect on how drama is handled, because like me personally, I'm not involved in a lot of drama, but like what I've seen go down, because like I feel like a lot of these people are very young, it's just they don't know how to handle themselves as adults when things happen, you know what I mean? So like when drama is handled like something just happens in the community, I don't know, these teenagers, they're hormonal. I don't know what's wrong with them.
I agree, because I think that
they're feral. Okay. They're feral.
I will say this.
Yeah.
Side note: not all adults know how to still handle their emotions.
Yeah,
and that's perfectly fine.
I agree.
I will say, if we're speaking on
shout out to that
younger oh God, speaking on younger VTubers, I will say this: when it comes to like handling drama and stuff like that, I think that in my head, this is why I don't want to be I wouldn't be comfortable. Let me phrase that. Let me make sure I'm using my words right. I don't feel comfortable myself being too close to somebody who is underage in my community or in my like circle of friends, because I think that when it comes to drama and handling that, whether it's about me or somebody that I know, I feel like in my head, because this is how I was when I was that younger, is so hot-headed, I'm gonna immediately go and do something stupid and say something stupid for the public to see, thinking that was the right call. And then once I feel calm and everything else, I fudged up. And it's like, okay, well, as an adult now, it's like, well, I think about those things before I just do it. And if I feel like, I should still do it, I ask for my best friend's advice before I just go and do something or post something. And that helps me end up making the right call. And if not, I'll sit on it for the next day, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm actually not as mad as I probably thought I was. Like, you know, like it was just BS talk. Like it was just in the moment.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's like I feel like younger people in the scene, when drama happens and like within VTubers, I feel like they're very hot-headed.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't think there's anything wrong about being opinionated about certain things, especially when you know like certain facts about situations or you have past experiences that you want to add on to it. Like I totally agree with that, but like I feel like, I don't know.
This is giving me flashbacks to,
You know what I mean?
a solution someone tried to fix, where basically someone made a VTuber hangout server.
Yeah.
And people joined it, and they found out that there were minors in it. And they're like, I don't feel comfortable with this. Like, I think minors should have their own server. I would prefer like all the adults to have the 18 up server. Well, the owner turns out to be a minor, but nobody knew that at the time.
Oh, what the hell?
Until they started like harassing the adults.
Oh, what?
Oh,
So
shoot.
they finally admitted to someone like, oh, I'm a minor too. And they're like, you do realize you're not telling people you're a minor.
Yeah.
Can get these adult creators in trouble, because if they're making sex jokes around you, that can get them in serious trouble.
Yeah.
And so basically this creator was like just trying to go out of the way to be like, the solution to keeping you minor VTubers safe, because as the years go on, we're going to see more and more of you baby VTubers that are young. And the solution for you guys is to have your own space that is safe and appropriate for you, where you're not engaging in adult activities with grown-ups. And they did not like that. They're like, no, we're mature enough. Like, we make dick jokes ourselves. We do all these things, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, but it's okay to do it with other underage people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think for them in their heads, it's like oh, you don't think I'm as mature as you because I'm engaged.
Yeah.
Because like, I would say like, I had that thinking too, like around adults, I'd be like, oh, do they think I'm immature? Like, I'm mature.
I think everybody though did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, because like when I think of solutions to like with minors and that drama, watching someone try to create a solution and then like those minors, because it was going off of you talking about how like the younger ones are kind of hot-headedly.
Yeah.
They sent their whole community after this adult VTuber.
Oh my god.
Harassing
Please,
them,
man.
telling them to graduate, to fuck off, like making fun of them and shit. And I'm like, damn, you know what? Fuck them kids. I don't want to help them. You guys suck.
Yeah.
That even makes me think of like, if I was so like comfortable to be able to be like in my small space of friends and somebody's a minor and like I'm comfortable to like want to like say personal information about myself, they could go and dox me if they felt hot-headed and thinking, oh, there's not a problem with that, it's fine. And it's like,
no.
this is again where the maturity lies. And like you said, I get it, because we all, no matter how kids may think, oh, they don't understand, we all have been there when we're underage thinking, I'm an adult and I hate when adults tell me or treat me like I'm not also an adult or I'm not grown. And it's like, but now that I'm grown, bitch, you weren't grown. Like, what are you talking about? You had a curfew.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%.
Oh my God, you still watch
100%.
SpongeBob for crying out loud.
Hey, I watch SpongeBob. What the hell's wrong with SpongeBob?
I know I say that.
Yeah, I watch Max and Ruby to fall asleep.
No, you're a different kind of breed. You watch Nana Land. We're not even getting to that today.
Birdie.
But I think you did cover though the like 18 plus VTuber like spaces and why they're needed. I think actually, to be honest, by talking about like kind of almost pros and like no cons of like being around underage VTubers as adults, I think we kind of really hit the nail on the board when we're saying like that there should be an 18 plus space and why that's needed.
It's definitely needed. Should be there.
Yeah, by simply just stating that, like, again, when dramas and things like arise and gets you upset, that, you know, not being hot-headed to just go and say the first thing that comes into your mind to make you feel better in that moment, or possibility of doxing somebody or trying to report them and anything just because you're upset, anything, or you know, getting in trouble because you are an adult and you say the wrong thing on accident. So I think that like we kind of touched up on that whole space. I don't know if you guys wanted to still like have anything else on that topic.
I do want to say that, like, you know, we were talking a lot about 18 plus VTuber spaces and how they're needed around minors, but I do think the same thing goes for like other adults who are safe for work in their content. I'm talking about like other VTubers. Because like, you know, like safe for work spaces definitely needed, family friendly spaces definitely needed for people who enjoy that content, and again for younger audiences as well. But I also think that those same spaces, 18 plus spaces, should exist simultaneously, even if there aren't minors around, for people who don't want to indulge in that kind of content as well, or relationships with people, etc. You know what I mean? Yeah. So definitely in neutral spaces as well.
Yeah, because I've met safe for work VTubers that are over 18. They're like in like, you know, older than most, and they don't feel comfortable being around minors themselves. Like they don't do NSFW like content, or their streams aren't labeled 18 and up. But for them, like they'll interact with like, you know, their audience that are minors on stream because they're like a family friendly channel. But as soon as that ends, they don't want to talk to you after stream.
And that's how it should be, honestly.
So I've met a few like that where like I think it's still important just to have the like clarifications of okay, this is an 18 and up community for like older VTubers. This is a community for the younger VTubers that are minors.
Yeah. But like regardless of like the kind of content you make, it's let's keep it as I put out fun content, fun videos, and you enjoy my fun videos. Let's keep it like that. You know what I mean? Like regardless. Yeah. Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah.
I do want to talk about, because I know that we have somebody who is in this field, the NSFW / like loot space. So what are we talking about here? So because, I mean, as an adult, and even though I'm not there to be able to partake in the other socials that NSFW...
Are we talking about Ley?
Oh yeah, we're definitely talking about Ley. And them showing their feet pics to us.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Find out the content. I can't tell you where it's at. You'll have to look it up. But like, I think that like it's really nice to be able to see that. I remember watching, who was it? I think it was it Melody? Correct me if I'm wrong with the name.
Project Melody?
Project Melody. I remember a lot of people I was watching a video where they kind of were just talking about like to Project Melody, saying like, thank you for really creating a space where we can be ourselves and make that kind of content and make money, because, and I'm like, wow, I never thought about that because I'm not in that space, on how adult VTubers really felt about having that space. And I don't know, I thought it was really inspiring. Not that I'll do it because I'm not good at that stuff, but but I thought that it was really inspiring to be able to see that so many YouTubers who are around today look up to some others who have created that normacy.
They open those doors.
Yeah, that would simply be like taboo, and people who probably, like, in my opinion, I don't think that there should be people who should be like saying anything bad or negative about YouTubers, because in our reality, if I were to do that, then I would feel like I have the confidence in myself to be able to do that. I myself don't, and I wish I did, because I think that people who do, they have more confidence, and I look up to those kind of people who have the confidence to be able to do that kind of work, as well as
stage fright.
Yeah, no, for real.
My coochie be dry.
Like, but it's true. Like, okay, not the dry part.
Can I follow up with you real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so like, for me as a YouTuber in the scene, it is so irritating trying to make a space for yourself Granted, maybe I'd feel different if I did look up to projectability in them.
Wait, you're talking about Lay, right? Not you.
Yeah, Lay. See, you are a smart teacher. 6 weeks in a year. I'm just kidding. I love you. But like, it's so frustrating because like, I feel like I always have to fight for my like space in the scene. Of like, I can be business professional if you need me to be business professional. Just tell me that though. Yeah. But also like, I feel like they have such a different idea of business professional than like what I do, because for me, like, I think you can still be business professional while doing 18-up stuff. Like,
no, agreed.
Business for that.
Agreed.
And like, even with friends, they'll be like, "Oh, I can't follow you because you're lewd. I don't want to like have that. Like, I don't want people to see that I follow you." But I'm like, and they'll be like, "And your content's just not for me." When they tell me shit like that, I'm like, "Your content's not for me. I don't want to watch you like make loud jokes and laugh like loud men over something stupid like a fucking poo-poo joke." But I still like, follow, and comment. But you can't like, follow, and comment. Like, not all my posts are sexual. And it's like, I have to like earn their follow. And at that point, I'm like, are you really my friend if I have to like fight for you to just follow to support me the same way that I support you?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. That could be rough.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that it's okay to like say anything negative about YouTubers, because if I don't feel comfortable doing that stuff, why not have somebody else who can do the things that I can't do or feel comfortable doing? Like, if someone was like, "Oh, like, would you ever do like an OnlyFans div?" No, but you know what? Let me direct you to people who actually already have one.
Yeah,
like,
no,
I'm not comfortable doing that, but like, other people have created that space so that if you need to get your socks off, go ahead and do so. I just can't do that for you, buddy.
Yeah. Agreed,
so, like,
agreed.
That, and like, I do want to say, I don't think that like the reason why there should be a space for YouTubers as well in the scene, again, speaking from a non-YouTuber perspective, is that like, I think it's totally disrespectful for people to want to sit there and say like, "Oh, we're friends," when it's convenient, but then bag on them for being YouTubers when you feel like you want to shit on them. And yet your social media itself is you posting like kind of lewd-ish content on there. And it's like, okay, but that's kind of not fair, because you're sitting there bagging on YouTubers yourself, but then I'm seeing some of your posts. Maybe it's not every post, maybe it's not every day, but I'm seeing some of your posts is a little bit sus-ja. Like, come on now.
Yeah, it's like those, it's like there's like a whole community of them, I feel like, of just a bunch of like VTubers who put down other YouTubers for doing not safe for work content, but then all their content is just dirty jokes, thirst traps on the timeline, and they would dog on people who are YouTubers. It's just like, okay, buddy. All right.
and I do want to preface, like, we're not talking about like, ew, it's gross that you're doing all this. No, we're talking about it's gross that you do this and then you're bagging on YouTubers.
Yeah, you're a hypocrite. You're actually a hypocrite.
Because in all reality, at least they're making money. You're doing it for free when you could have been making money, honey. Like, who's really the dumb one here?
True. Yeah.
Don't clip that.
Yeah, tell it.
Yeah. It's just frustrating because it's like, I feel like if I get invited to something by other like bigger VTubers, they're expecting me to be lewd or inappropriate. And some of them have like had conversations with me like, just so you know, like, I'm not like NSFW, so don't make any jokes like this. I'm like, girl, I wasn't even planning on it. It's my first time here. I'm too uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about reading the vibes.
Like, I don't know. I feel like it's almost like they're embarrassed of me, which then makes me feel like shit for doing my content. Like, I feel shame for doing what I do. Like, for the longest time, I didn't want to get into ASMR because every one of my like bigger VTuber friends would shit talk ASMR. And they'd talk about how it's like the easy way to like success and fame, and like, like, yeah, if you just wanna get partnered, just do ASMR. Like, you have the perfect voice for it. You would barely have to put in any work. Bitch, when I do ASMR, I'm like, what do I say to you guys? There's only so many times I can talk about a bad date before like, what else do you want to talk? You want me to Like, what do you want me to do?
Bitch, crunch in my ear. That would tickle my fancy.
Eat those Takis in the mic.
I'll give you fucking $50 for that. What the fuck are you talking about? I partake in the mukbang ASMR. That's my type of tea.
Yeah. No, like around the time when like I have a little story time, but
okay.
around the time when I first started streaming, back when I was a facecam streamer and I had like a whole different group of friends that I used to play games with, they were more like a bit of IRLs, right? They were, mind you, all of them are guys. There were like 6 guys, and those are the only guys I used to play games with on stream, right?
Okay.
And I found it so weird because like this was within the first 1 to 2 months of me streaming. Like on stream too, they would ask me, they're like, Lay, just make an OnlyFans. Lay, just make an OnlyFans. Like you like Lay, just do hot tub streams. Yeah, that's what all the streamers are doing, Lay. All the face cam streamers just do hot tub streams, boom. You'll instantly get like 200 viewers. And I'm like, I'm here to play video games, guys. They're like, okay, but if you want to make money streaming, just do lewd content. Just do lewd content, Lay, and you'll instant success. And I'm like, you guys are weird. Like, I'm here playing freaking Stardew Valley for 12 hours straight, and you're asking me to do hot tub streams? Like, I just feel like it's so normalized for people to suggest that as a route to fame when it's just like, can I just play video games, please? Like,
that's how my ASMR shit was. Like, they would just like, just do this. Instant success. But
yuck. It just gives me the ick. Yeah.
Like, I remember when I first started, like, all I did was hanging around guys too.
Yeah.
Because women scare me. Like, I love women, but they scare me. Because I'm like,
yeah, I do.
I feel like guys will openly like shit talk you to your face, and like you can kind of tell like if a guy doesn't like you, because like the way he treats you differently than other people. Whereas like with girls, like it's like a mental war between us. Like we'll be nice to your face, and then like go to the coven later and be like, fuck that bitch.
Not the coven.
That's what I do to you every night, I swear.
Yeah. Like, but they would constantly tell me like, because it was back when I was like a baby. Like I think I got like 100 or 200 followers in my first month. Yeah. And the guys that I hung out with could barely get like 5 or 10.
No,
and they'd be like, you're only growing because you're a woman. Like it's so easy because you're a girl.
Exactly.
And I'm like,
oh my God, that is like such another topic as well that we need to get into.
Yeah. And in my head, I'm like, or maybe it's because I put in work to make sure that my background music isn't overlapping on me and they can actually hear me and hear the gameplay and hear me talking. Whereas in your stream, the music's louder than your fucking game. I can't even hear you. It sounds like I'm in a fucking gymnasium.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I know this, okay. Can we get into the topic of gender? I know that this wasn't something we had planned.
Do we want to save it for another, or do you want to?
Okay, you know, no, you're right. You know what, we'll save it because I will go into a different tangent and I'm ready to.
Okay. I'll pencil that in. I'll bring us back around.
Yeah, we can pencil that in.
I wanted to loop us back to like, it's really important to have like these 18 up spaces, even if you're around like other, because I think Div was mentioning it, like even if like you're a safe for work VTuber, it's still important to have those adult spaces, because especially between us, we all three know like we had to set up an 18 up space because even though we were all adults, like someone I won't name who was feeling very ashamed to be 18 and up or make like dick jokes because people were like low-key shaming them. So we had to make it like, okay, this is clearly like this is an 18 up space. Like if you're uncomfortable with those jokes, just I don't know, ignore it. But I think that's important too, because like sometimes like safe for work, like VTubers that are adults, I low-key think that they look at like NSFW like VTubers as of like less than them.
Oh God. Nah, yeah, I could see that. I know like not all safe for work VTubers think that, but like once in a while I do get the vibe, like that kind of vibe from them. But I know like in general, not all of them are like that. It's just I understand the feeling as someone who keeps their community 18 plus.
Yeah, and I have a story on that too. I was going to one of my friend's birthday streams. And we were all like hanging out in a VC. Yeah. Before like, cause like he was busy doing his birthday stream and like kind of, you know, doing his solo thing. We all waited in a call below. Yeah. And this one girl started making jokes about NSFW VTubers because she was looking at her Twitter. Oh. And she's like, God, I can't imagine being like a VTuber that sells themselves doing lewd content. Like,
what the
do you not respect yourself? And I was sitting there like,
sells yourself? The fuck?
I was sitting there like,
Rena literally in the call like,
this bitch don't know me.
They don't know you for real.
But and they're talking about like how like if they meet like VTubers that do like OnlyFans, they're like, or Fansly, they're like, I respect you less as a human being because you have to stoop that low where you have to sell out to get views.
Fuck?
And like everyone started laughing at them and making jokes about like, ha ha ha, yeah, fuck like lewd tubers, da 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 da. And
so
I just was like, hey guys, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Someone just called me. I'll be back.
Yeah.
But really, it was like, I'm uncomfortable as fuck right now.
No. Oh my god. Yeah, it's so odd behavior, so weird. I don't understand people who are like that. Like, you know, like I saw this thing before. It's just like, if you sell someone a picture of the tree, do they own the tree? No. Same thing with lewd content. Just because you ingest ASMR content or like lewd, I guess, like photos or whatnot, does not mean that they're selling their actual body out, like you fucking weirdos. Right. Like, I don't understand. It's so odd. It's so odd. Like, there's I'm getting the heebie-jeebies, yo, from that kind of stuff. I do think, like, you know, I have VTuber friends, and like I know other people in the scene who are safe for work with their content, and they're like totally cool with not safe for work people. Like, they don't mind if you make like dirty jokes around them, or like in like, you know, supporting your content on the timeline regardless of what they have. But like, I do think there is a whole community of people who do that stuff, and I just want to say, you need to stop. You need to stop. You need to stop at that.
I was gonna say, like, I think that anybody who is listening who has ever said anything negative about like anyone who does
stay in your
NSFW, even if they don't do NSFW content, but they are just a little bit, like Ley said, stay in your lane. Also, do your research about the people who are in your space, because I will say, speaking from the outside looking in on a bestie who isn't a lewd tuber, but they sometimes partake in saying funny lewd jokes, has felt very uncomfortable in their own community and space because who they thought were friends were making them feel uncomfortable. I won't say who they are because we know who it is. But it was unfair to have made them feel like they were all of a sudden like put down, or felt like they were put down because they were not quote unquote safe for work when they were just talking. And it's like, you know what, then you for one need to do your research on who you're inviting into your personal space, as well as leave. Like, I'm sick and tired of like, you're in somebody else's community and you're bashing people who do certain content. Cool, it's not your cup of tea, but you shouldn't be saying anything, because they literally, I don't ever hear YouTubers at all, ever, and I know a few that don't say anything about safe for work people. The only thing they say is it's so hurtful that they say negative things. That's all. But they're not sitting there trashing people, and I think that's disrespectful and rude, because they got to take it every time.
Period. Okay, not to distract us again.
Yeah.
You distracting us.
I wanted to give Div their kudos, because I think Div is one of the like first like safe for work like VTuber friends that I had that was like kind of chill with like lewd tubers, or just people that were like obviously like 18 and up, not that they were even doing like lewd content. They just are really like dirty mouth. And I applaud you for that, because like I feel like you were one of the first like kind of safe for work like on that line that made me feel comfortable. Because like I feel like oftentimes I freak out when I'm around those VTubers, 'cause I'm like, oh god, are they gonna think like bad of me? Like, are they gonna hate me? Am I too lewd for them? I gotta turn down like those sex jokes. I can't say like, oh fuck me or anything like that. Like, I gotta be family friendly.
Oh god.
But then I also wanted to ask Leia a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Well,
I'm all ears.
You're kind of the sweet medium between like if we were all a bunch of little sauce packets and you mix me and Divs if you mixed me and Div's sauce packet, you'd get like the Lay flavor.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you're like in the middle, or like do you feel like challenged by being like kind of open to eating enough, but also like friendly enough to be around that?
Yeah. Like, I do want to say that I think a lot of it is like, you know, if any of my viewers know, or like any of the people who ingest my content on any platforms know that I be saying some crazy shit sometimes on stream. But I do want to say that I think a lot of it like boils down to my personality being just kind of like awkward man standing emoji kind of energy, where when I collab with people who are safe for work, I feel like they feel safe around that, just because I tend to really give off that energy, like not really, I guess you could say not really dominant lewd energy, like sexual energy, but rather like just like hee hee ha ha hee hee titties in my face, you know, kind of deal. Like rather gremlin. Yeah, rather than like dominant lewd energy. And I feel like that's why if someone who is safe for work wanted to collab with me, knowing that I do like my content is 18 plus, they would feel a little more of like a safety net around the fact that my personality just doesn't lean into that as much. So even though my content is 18 plus, I want to say it's like, yeah, like you said, like a safe middle ground, I guess, just because I'm a little weird. Yeah. But no, I do sometimes experience what you mentioned about 18 plus content, just because I do be lewd at the end of the day. I do be susja. Yeah.
I do want to just say one thing. I don't know why Lay is out here saying, oh, like something sometime. I will never let them forget how they literally were talking for a good half of their chunk of stream about sucking off in their bit by. I don't care. I'm here. I'm not gonna lose it. I'm not losing connection. They literally talking about sucking their friend in case they got venom in their private parts. I don't know why they be talking like they don't be saying that.
If your homie got bit on the dick by a snake, would you suck the venom out?
Literally, no, I just laughed because that was literally like a really good portion of the conversation. Chat was just going off talking about this topic for like a good portion of Lay's fucking like stream. I was like, brother, increase. I like literally would bring up, bouncing booba, and then we move on.
Oh yeah.
And Lay be out here and be like, oh, it's like so rare. What are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying I go at it at a weird angle. That's why people may not consider it. I love you, Lay.
I just said with you. I just like always bring it up.
Like, it reminded me that I feel like, because I used to not do like 18 and up like content like on other websites.
Yeah.
And I feel like once I started doing that, people were like less willing to do collabs with me.
Really? Wait, like after you started?
Can you repeat that again?
Okay, so once I started doing content on other websites, like websites for adults, I feel like people stopped collabing with me as much. But yeah, I feel like once I was more open about doing that kind of content, people stopped like reaching out to do collabs with me as much. And I don't know if it's because like if they collab with me, they're scared that their community will click onto me and see like, oh, this bitch does this.
Oh yeah, I get what you mean.
Because like because like part of me gets it, because like my brain does this whole like I have to think in like business aspects too, and like for them, maybe they don't want to associate their business with my business, because if they are safe for work, they might not want their community to click on and be like, oh, this VTuber was really funny, and then they go and see like pinned post on my Twitter.
Sucking noises. Oh, Jesus.
I will say, like, once I was more open about that, I got less collab. I think I'm like a brand risk, but I don't.
Oh God.
I don't know. I guess I just don't see you that way, and then that has nothing to do with like because we're friends. Because when I feel like it has everything to do with the fact that like when we first started talking, I never like saw you in any way, shape, or form as like somebody who, every time I'm gonna be with them, they're gonna probably say something like out of pocket.
I did not think
no,
that
like,
either.
and it literally has everything to do with the fact that like as soon as like, it changed. No, just kidding.
That's crazy.
No, I'm just kidding. But like when people first talk with you, and I say this because I've been with you when I first talked with you, obviously, right? I've been with you when we've talked to new people, you and I, or me, you and Lay, and you have never once given off this impression at the beginning that you are lewd, unless one of us goes off and do lewd, like say something lewd first. And so I think it's
I need someone to jump first.
Yeah.
Like when they say, would you jump off a bridge with your friends? Yes. They just got to do it first.
No, I'll just watch you guys jump and I'll be like, okay.
That's crazy.
I'll be here when you guys are ready. You need the rope. I'll
That's crazy.
You're going to need somebody to pick you up, right? You need somebody to be your DD, so that's me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you mean that kind of bridge? I thought...
Right.
The bridge that we were jumping off, we were dead.
Yeah, me too.
Oh no, that
I was like, damn.
No, I will bring a rope and I will toss it to you so you can get yourself back up. I'll bring you back up. I won't be jumping with you.
Div is gonna be on top of the bridge with the binoculars.
Yeah.
Just like grab the rope, please.
I will say though, this is a slight tangent, but to talk about how you telling me that it was really nice how me not being NSFW or lewd and making you feel comfortable, that has everything to do with when I was in college and some of my sorority sisters finding out like that they kind of had like a secret life away from their family and other people, and thankfully they were very comfortable telling me how they actually did sugar daddy stuff, and on top of that they would go as far as some of them, not all of them, to do sexual to do sexual things, you know, because they wanted that extra money because, you know, it's college. And I really I took it in a way that I'm like, this really doesn't, at the time I was like, wow, I'm so shocked that I know somebody who's doing this. I've only seen it in movies. I was like freaking it. I've only seen it in movies. But it was like, in all reality, when I really took the time to think about that person, I was like, it really doesn't change how I see them. And it still didn't change. It made us very close, and they were so much comfortable at that point to start hanging out with me more, because I think at the time they would kind of tell me that they thought I was annoying a lot, and then when they when they opened up about something that was so secretive and things like that, they started telling me I actually realized that you're actually a lot different of a person, and I like that you're not judgmental, because I really like to be able to feel safe and comfortable to tell you that I do these things, which is why I'm always late to XYZ, or why I'm always sometimes not available. And I'm like, in all reality, it's it just doesn't change who you are as a person. It's a part of you, and I just wanted to tell you that, because you know.
Yeah. I get it.
And now they're on OnlyFans, and they like to show their body and feet. And they send me pictures. They send me pictures, and they're like, "Does this look good?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Spread pussy lips. This look good. How my labia is looking.
Oh god.
Okay, they don't send me their private parts. Okay.
Oh shit. Damn.
Lay down. What?
I assume you guys remember how some of the VTubers would get banned on Twitch for doing ASMR and the licking stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know this.
There's been a few ASMR artists that I was mutually following. They unfollowed me, so I unfollowed them. So we're no longer mutual followers.
Yeah, you tell them.
I guess after I did my name change.
Oh.
So I don't think they recognize me, but then again, as we've talked before, profile picture is the same. Yeah. Look into my account.
I don't understand.
But I know that ear licking can get you in trouble if you do it a certain way. I know for live cammers, they're not allowed to use a certain type of mic because it looks too phallic when they're doing that stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
They're really strict on IRL
oh shoot.
ASMR artists. I used to have a guac redeem on stream where I would do that. I would do that noise that Div just made. But my viewer's like, Eddie, you need to turn that off. You can't do that anymore. And I'm like, why? And it's because there was an ASMR girl, and she had one of those phallic mics, and she would put it in her mouth, like not doing the ear licks, like she'd put the whole thing in her mouth and be like,
oh Jesus.
And so I had to remove that routine because some ASMR artists fucking decided to like go ham on their like cylinder mic.
Damn.
Oh God. And I'm assuming that they got banned or like got warnings for that. And
no, I will say that one wasn't a wrongful ban, but they did crack down on that, and then other people got wrongfully banned after. Yeah,
I can assume. Oh Jesus. Yeah. I feel for the ASMR community sometimes because of the things I've seen. Like I've actually seen pretty recently, actually, I think like within this year alone, like so many like ASMR channels from like other like VTubers, especially, where they would do like role play ASMRs, and they would get like super into it, I would say, in a way where it would kind of like tiptoe around YouTube's guidelines to the point where their entire channel would just get taken away, like just like that.
Oh
like,
yeah,
it's just
YouTube's
gone.
really strict on that. Like
they're like, we will not give you back your channel unless you you literally take down all of your ASMR videos. Well, like all of them that like tiptoe around being not safe for work. And it's just like, holy moly, ravioli. Just like that.
I have a video where it's one of those ones that tiptoes, because like the idea is that you're this sleep paralysis demon and you're entering through somebody's dream. And you have them restrained, and then he ends up taking control of the dream, and he restrains you. And so like I start crying and begging, like, oh, like please stop. Why would you?
Yeah.
Luckily, I didn't get in trouble for that one, but I can see like those ones do kind of get you, like you are tiptoeing.
Yeah. I know. I feel really bad because like like creating scripts and like doing ASMR and stuff like that's like a form of art, script writing. And like it's like telling a whole story. It's like a mini movie with just speaking, right? It's a lot of work that goes into it, like either whether you make your own scripts or you find scripts online that people put out there, and like recording it and adding sound effects and editing. Like it's a whole thing. It's like a mini movie in there.
That's
right?
A whole production.
Yeah, because the whole thing is to make someone feel something by listening to it, right? So I don't know. I just feel for ASMR artists who are like now getting like cut down by these platforms when their entire content is based around it, right? Now they have to like change the way they do things, change the content that they put out, because suddenly Twitch and YouTube are just like, guidelines change, we're not okay with that anymore.
Well, that and
right?
like speaking of guidelines, and 18 up stuff, we had that the streaming art gate on fucking Twitch where they allowed nudity, but only through art. You could only do it if it was like art.
Yeah.
And then
my avenue, let's go.
Everyone took advantage of that, and then you had artists getting wrongfully banned because people would report them for nudity, even though that their guidelines had changed and they were technically allowed to. And then they ended up taking that back away from artists because like people were abusing it and finding loopholes for it. Then it's like all it takes is just those few bad eggs to ruin it for like the ones that are actually trying to follow guidelines, but then like the bad eggs barely get punished, but then the ones following the rules get punished.
I agree.
That I don't know if you touch on this topic, but that kind of goes with the like I think the wrongfully banned of like VTubers who they're which sucks, their character, their like VTuber model having an outfit that they were getting banned for this, having their outfit being too revealing, and it was pissing a lot of VTubers off because it's like, that's not cheap to sit there and want to go and change. Now what the fuck do we do, And so I felt really bad because it's like that, just like even now, like I'm always worried that like based off of my outfit, is that going to be too much because I'm showing so much skin, you know what I mean? And that's not even, it's not even like lewd or anything, but I feel worried. And on top of that, when I'm looking at wanting to do like fun little like new skins and stuff for my
Mhm.
VTuber model
Yeah.
and changing outfits, I'm now very cautious because I'd love to have like a cute, sexy one. I was really thinking about doing that, going down that
Yeah.
avenue, and I immediately erased it and said no because I didn't want to be one of those who was going to get banned for
Yeah.
having an outfit that was quote unquote too revealing or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a fucking VTuber. I don't
Yeah,
even
that's the
have
annoying
nipples
part.
on there.
Yeah.
Because like you have to be very cautious when designing outfits now. Like, oh, does this
Mhm.
show too much under boob? Oh, does this show too much stomach? Like, there's
Yeah.
really strict on VTubers, but not like as much on the flesh cammers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've
They
seen
can get
some
away with
bare
it as long as they
ass.
do like, yeah, they can get away with it if they're like
Oiled
working
up.
out. If they're working out, if they're in a fucking bathtub or swimming, all that jazz.
And the mirror in the back showing their booty.
Yes.
Oh my god,
That's-
yeah, I seen that.
Mhm. And I think it's kind of crazy. Like I said, people need to understand, if you're listening to this and you're somebody who isn't a VTuber, understanding that it is thousands of dollars. Even to say like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, like, but it's just an outfit. Okay, but depending on the artist and who's doing it, that could still come up to maybe $1,000. And to be honest, it still takes work and
Few
time because they're
hundred.
making that outfit look as realistic as possible and to make sure that it blends in with your VTuber model.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
it's money like that's coming out of your pocket.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
think
like
the art for my VTuber model was 1,500.
Mhm.
Holy moly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, not in a mean way, but if you're gonna like, you know, band a face cammer who like for a couple of days, oh, because your outfit, cool. Homegirl can
Mhm.
go and change that, or homeboy can go and change that real quick. Home
Yeah.
day can go and change that. Like, but when we're talking
Yeah.
about VTubers, you can't just do that. Now I gotta put
Yeah.
a fucking blanket asset until I have enough money to
Yeah.
go and get a new outfit. Like, come on.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But I don't know if you guys talked on this as well.
Mhm.
But I think I brought this up like before we started. I've been seeing a lot of kind of like, I guess you want to say like VTuber news on when it comes to
Mhm.
wrongfully banning. Recently I think it's been crazy that some people are getting wrongfully banned because they're apparently saying or doing stuff that is not safe for children or underage, and like there's posts about this and they're literally like coming out and saying this isn't right because I literally have 18 plus or mature content in my like
Oh.
settings and all that, as well as my title. They're like, so what is going on? And it's like a good chunk of VTuber communities that are getting this going out to them, both small and big. And so that's also something to be cautious about because again, they're saying, because I don't know who they are, but some of them
Yeah.
are like, we have this already stating that we're already 18 plus. Why are we getting this on us? So it's like,
Yeah.
that's another thing too, is like, I think it's annoying because why ask in the settings when you're a creator for, is this safe for kids? No. Is it 18 plus? Yes. And then sit there and be like, oh, it doesn't follow the rules of being safe. Like, no, it doesn't, because I just told you I'm an adult and I'm literally saying or
Yeah.
doing something that's not safe for children. What are we talking about, honey?
Yeah.
Who's doing this? Who's in the room?
No, yeah, I agree. Because, like, you could put up all those warnings, like, I am an 18 plus content creator. Put up all the warnings, like, what was it, like, explicit language, sexual content, or use of something. You know, you could put all of those up. And then Twitch will be like, that's not right, bans you. And then all your content's just gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
YouTube
Yeah.
as well. I've been
Also the
seeing that
issue-
everywhere.
Hello, everyone. So if you noticed, there wasn't really a proper time to end this episode. So I'm alone because I'm editing and I'm splitting this into 2 parts. So yes, if you could like, comment, subscribe, maybe let us know down below what are some struggles you've had as a VTuber or some struggles you've noticed as a viewer. And as always, thank you for watching or listening, and we appreciate you so much. Bye.